A pharmaceutical executive collapsed in the Oval Office on Thursday. And speaking of pharmaceuticals, whatever they've got Trump on, I want some. Because just look how chill he is during all of this. He's just standing there. He's literally...
And all the credit goes to our Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump, who strongly believes he would trounce two of his least favorite ladies in an IQ test.
They have Jasmine Crockett, a low IQ person. They have AOC's low IQ.
Just when you thought Trump had finally exhausted his ability to embarrass himself, along came Colin Jost and Jimmy Kimmel, live, unleashed, and absolutely merciless. What began as harmless banter quickly escalated into a full-blown comedic execution. Jost delivered the precision strikes, Kimmel swung the sledgehammer, and Trump's ego got flambéed in front of a national audience. This wasn't just another late-night bit, it was a gold medal takedown of delusion, denial, and way too much orange foundation.
President Trump and the First Lady hosted a trick-or-treat event at what's left of the White House. And this is one of my favorite things that the president does because it's so clear he never trick-or-treated once in his life.
Also, this is a fun thing. If you turn a candy corn upside down and put a little face on it and put it in a little suit,
you know it's bad when the world's loudest ex-president becomes the running joke of late-night TV faster than his own Truth Social meltdown. That's exactly what happened when Colin and Jimmy teamed up for a roast so sharp it could have cut through a MAGA hat. Trump didn't just get mocked, he got deconstructed. One disastrous headline at a time.
In his first term, here's how he gave candy to a kid dressed as a minion. Melania's just like, I guess that is how it's done. And then again this year, he did it to a kid dressed as DJ Marshmallow.
Started with the obvious, Trump's recent decisions, which could only be described as legendary in their chaos. Colin, cool and surgical, explained the absurdity like a teacher walking a kindergartner through basic math. Except the student kept shouting, "I'm a genius," every 2 seconds. His deadpan delivery turned incompetence into art.
The Supreme Court on Friday temporarily allowed the Trump administration to withhold SNAP benefits, including food stamps. And we actually have footage of Trump finding out he does not have to pay the benefits.
Democrat Abigail Spanberger has been elected as Virginia's first ever female governor.
Then Kimmel stepped in, pure chaos with perfect timing. He took every absurdity, slammed it against logic, and let it explode in slow motion. First target, Trump's all-star team of self-proclaimed geniuses. You'd think a cabinet full of billionaires and reality TV stars would at least manage basic competence. But no, it's like watching a toddler run NASA while holding a juice box.
Give her an IQ test. Have her pass, like, the exams that I decided to take. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump.
I agree. It sounds like a challenge, right? Now, as I've mentioned, not only do I want to see this contest happen, I want to make it.
Colin didn't let up. Every failed meeting, every public meltdown, every backward statement. He laid them out like evidence in a comedy courtroom. The punchlines hit harder than Trump's lawyers avoiding subpoenas. By the time he was done, there wasn't a shred of credibility left standing. Just smoldering rubble and laughter.
Just put it in the bag. Why is he so weird? Even the kid is like, this is not... It's kind of an embodiment of his entire presidency because it's just a violation of norms that no other president or person has ever conceived of. Like, who's ever thought, I should put the candy on the kid's head?
Then came the budget plan, aka the greatest financial circus since Enron. Trump and his crew managed to turn spreadsheets into slapstick. Jost pointed out the creative math while Jimmy just stood there half laughing, half horrified. They didn't need exaggeration, the real numbers were the joke. And when they pivoted to Trump's international escapades, the laughter hit overdrive. Global summits treated like reunion specials, handshakes like reality show auditions. It was a masterclass in unintentional comedy.
He was elected mayor despite his opponent Andrew Cuomo receiving endorsements from Donald Trump and Eric Adams, which is like trying to bring a girl home by saying, not to brag, but I have hepatitis B and C.
Andrew Cuomo spent the last day before the election campaigning around the city in a white Ford Bronco, which is what O.J. Simpson used to get away from.
And then there were the tweets. Trump's digital tantrums are now part of American culture, like watching a blender full of bees. Every post is both horrifying and mesmerizing. Colin broke down the contradictions. Jimmy supplied the facial expressions that said it all. When they moved to midterms, the room lost it. Trump helping elections is like a bull helping in a china shop, confident, clueless, and proud of the wreckage. It was political theater reimagined as slapstick tragedy.
It's not like Trump doesn't care about people. I mean, he has a lot of empathy. He's feeling especially bad right now for the family of the newly decrowned Jeffrey Epstein pal, the now former Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew in the UK has had his royal titles stripped away because of the Epstein scandal. I know you're close to the royal family there. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I feel very badly. I mean, it's a terrible thing that's happened to the family. That's been a tragic situation.
Of course. They didn't stop at Trump himself. His Sidekicks, the loyal to a fault crowd, got roasted too. J.D. Vance was turned into the perfect symbol of blind loyalty and bad judgment. Colin described him like a man lost in a hurricane of nonsense. While Jimmy's eye rolls deserved their own Emmy. What made it work was the pacing. They built the chaos step by step. From policy to Twitter to ego to allies. Until it felt like an entire soap opera of self-
President Trump also spoke to a group of military leaders this week, and at one point, he went on a long rant about how good Barack Obama was at walking downstairs. Here's what he said. I'm not going to read it because it's a crazy thing to hear from a president, but it's actually kind of fun from anyone else. Let me show you what I mean in our new segment. President Trump would make a lot more sense if he sounded like Jennifer.
Then came the punch of truth. Between laughs, Kimmel reminded everyone that Trump's circus isn't just ridiculous, it's dangerous. His humor hit hard, landing somewhere between shock and relief. They masterfully balanced comedy with clarity, showing how every strongman moment collapsed under its own weight. The contrast between Trump's bluster and his blunders became the ultimate setup punchline combo, both funny and frightening.
It's so bad. I mean, I feel badly for the family.
That family he feels bad for. The ones losing their food stamps, they're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. This is like Bill Cosby feeling bad for R. Kelly, okay? Prince Andrew lost his royal status. He's been demoted to, I think he's the Archduke of Frimplepants now or something. Trump's claimed that he doesn't know Prince Andrew, and yet there are dozens of photos of them together. Here's just one of the many. I don't know if, what happened to Andrew in that photo.
They even roasted Trump's endless war on the media. The man who calls journalists the enemy but can't stop watching them. Jost and Kimmel mocked his fragile ego like veteran surgeons. Every press conference, every fumbled quote, every weird hand motion, pure comedy gold. Kimmel's smirks became punchlines. Jost's straight face turned absurdity into performance art. And when the topic turned to Trump's legal messes, the crowd howled. Only Trump could treat indictments like Oscars, proudly collecting them all.
The Democratic National Committee protested President Trump's plans to accept a $400 million luxury jet from Qatar by flying a banner over Mar-a-Lago reading Qatar-a-Lago. It's the kind of hilarious stunt that makes you realize why the Democrats will never win again.
Through it all, Trump's ability to declare victory in every failure became its own gag. Bankrupt victory. Roasted on live TV victory. Jost and Kimmel didn't need to invent anything, they just held up the mirror. The audience reaction said it all, disbelief mixed with uncontrollable laughter. It's rare to make disaster feel cathartic, but that's exactly what they did. Even Trump's obsession with appearances, the gold furniture, the spray tan, the fake crowd sizes, became a masterclass in comic timing.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Ankles was back home at the White House tonight, handing out candy to children. One of the kids was dressed as, you can see him here on the right side, as a light-up marshmallow. And watch this, because this is something Trump has done in the past. Instead of putting candy in the bag, he puts it on the kid's head and then sends him off on his way.
By the finale, this wasn't just a roast. It was a full-scale comedic dissection of ego gone rogue. They mocked, analyzed, and made the crowd think, all while laughing nonstop. Kimmel's closing shot even managed to roast Trump's supporters without alienating them, exposing contradictions so absurd they transcended politics. The internet exploded. Memes flooded timelines, clips went viral. And even people who never watched late night were suddenly quoting Kimmel and Jost. Trump's inevitable response? Probably another all-caps meltdown, which, of course, just makes the next roast even funnier.
A little bit different this year because of the construction that's going on at the White House. They had to improvise a bit. They had to move around, and, you know, they want to get that ballroom finished, so they just went right ahead with the demolition while the trick-or-treating was happening. The kids had fun, though. The Department of Agriculture was there, and kids love that. Handing out mini pumpkins, and the U.S. Postal Service was there with a Be Best postcard station. They gave the children Be Best postcards. I didn't know Be Best was still a thing, did you?
Because that's the loop: chaos, denial, comedy, repeat. Every tantrum fuels another monologue, every lie spawns another punchline. And Jost and Kimmel didn't just make fun of him. They turned him into a cautionary tale with perfect comedic rhythm. The roast wasn't mean-spirited, it was reality therapy. In a world this absurd, laughter isn't just entertainment. It's survival. And by the time the lights dimmed, one truth was undeniable: Trump may live in his own version of reality. But comedy always catches up, and when it does, it leaves nothing but laughter and smoke in its path.